Hello and welcome to my channel. What do I have for you today? Several things. We'll do one at a time and see how we get on with the timing, okay? The first one will be my rolls. Do you remember I was doing the slow stitch? And this was the roll that my dear friend's husband gave me. And I actually put some lace around, put this up, and it does, very cleverly, unroll. Now I'm sure you've seen that one. The idea of bringing this one to you was as an introduction to my little roll. Ooh, what do we have on this one? He's done up with lace. He's made the card. When we take the lace off, as we do, gently, take the lace off. Now, this is going to unravel as we go. It's a mixture of slow stitching, it's a mixture of patchworky bits, it's a mixture of embroidery. But I wanted to show you, and it's backed by the white fleece to keep it all in one place and cover up the stitching. Let's have a look at this. Here we go. Not going to be able to do this nicely for you, am I? So we have one with the hair, we have a swing, we have still bits of lace and bobs and stuff. We have a Nelly. We have to have a Nelly, don't we? The embroidered flowers. We have lace on there, material on there. Can I do that? That was like a bit of abstract embroidery. Yeah. So that's on there. More lace. Oh, then some trees. I do love doing these trees. Really love doing the trees. And what do we have? A bit more lace. Oh, bit of a wonky heart. Just didn't quite go to plan, but hey, it's a heart and it's full of flowers. And there's lace. What's that one? Thistle? Is that a thistle? That one. You can see the slow stitching little bits, the snippet bits. That was the other one, wasn't it? There's snippet stuff. Oh, there's some roses, bouquets, perhaps. Embroidered again. We go lace. That one was a bit of a strange one. It's sort of a basket with stitches, with flowers. I don't know, it was just a bit inventive. Some more bits. And to finish, the letter L. Trust me, it's an L. And it's just stuck with double-sided tape onto my decoupaged, made up cotton reel thing, because this is the one that's the inside of a foil or inside of a cling film. But there you have him, all in his glory. I haven't got enough arms. There you go. See these? Any luck you're seeing these? Right back to that one. What do you reckon? It was a labour of love. I'll roll him up properly in a minute. It was a labour of love. And these are just lacy offcuts that I've tied them up with. But then it's like, okay, so I've done that. What am I going to do next? Well, there's bits on the go. And there are bits finished. Let's find you a finished bit rather than a bit on the go. This was a bit big. Now this is slow stitch. It's embroidery. And sometimes it's difficult to see what I've embroidered and what's the actual material. I'd seen a lady do one and she had like a pattern background. Instead of doing it on white, she had the pattern background material, then added the bits. Yeah, so that's what I've done. So there's a bit of embroidery in the corner. There's a bit of embroidery there. Quite a lot of embroidery, actually. What else we got? There's a bit of embroidery there, the white one. And then there's the flower with the ladybug. And the rest is just like slow stitched on. Again, I've backed it. I do like to back my stuff. Apart from the fact it's very tactile when you do back it. But it's just, it's one of those again, you'll look and you'll look and you'll look. Yeah? Just about fits in there, doesn't it? There we go. Don't need me on it. Just have a close-up of him. So that one was on the go and done. He's a done one. The 2 rolls are done. What else do we have? Bits ready. We don't want the ready bits, do we? Because that's a different video altogether. There's one on the go here. Remember I said I did all the squares? And then I was doing the black stitching. I've not got very far on that one, but I'm still doing it. And then in between the black stitching and on the squares, you'll do embroidery. Or you can sew on buttons, lace, whatever you want to. So that was another one that's sort of on the go. Then I was watching a lady. Now her name, the site is Misti Ko Makes. It's MISTI space KO space Makes, MAKES. What she was showing us was an easy, intuitive, botanical slow stitch embroidered tutorial. And you get part 1 that goes up to part 4. Part 1 was showing you running sticks and straight stitch. Yes, I did scroll it down. Anyway, what she does, she takes a plain piece of material. This time I've taken the felt, or the fleece that I back on everything. But I thought, oh, I fancy working on the fleece for a change. Then she gets bits of colours like this, you know, greens, browns. Even got that one. And it's about intuitive stuff. Now, what I mean by that is you sort of, you add your grass or your mountains, and then intuitively, this has only started, you will add your embroidery. She also added material bits. So she'd do the tree in embroider, and then the top of the tree would be like, I don't know, for instance, a piece of this cut out in the shape of a tree, you know, roundy, roundy, roundy. Then that was put on, and then that was slow stitched on. There are lots of ideas. This one you can do as a tree, because you can cut it out as your tree shape and put it at the top of your embroidery. Should we have a go? Where's some scissors? Just as a for instance. Right, so let's have a piece of this green. How big is it? It's not that big, is it? I'm just going to cut you a piece. I'm going to sort of shape it like a tree. Very sort of. So I've got sort of a tree. It's a bit big. It's come down on my tree size a bit. Right, so there's my sort of tree top. And then she'd take that. So she'd have her embroidery bit done. And then she would put like a tree bit on top. Probably not quite like that, but you're getting the gist. And then she would embroider that. or she would slow stitch that piece so that it doesn't quite look like a tree like this, does it, shall we? Oh, I'm trying to make a tree and it's just not going very well, is it? Is that better? Not really, then, because you can see the red bit is underneath. That's a bit better though, isn't it? You see what I'm saying? Now she would embroider it. And then if she had leaves, the odd leaves, she would put them on. She could add little bits. You can add little bits. It's a bit of a big hair to be by a small tree, but we could put him on somewhere else, couldn't we? But he could go on. Go on his own bit, can't he? A bit away from the tree, but still on. And then you'd slow stitch on that. Perhaps you'd embroider him on, you know, in any stitches you want to do. And that was what she was doing. I do suggest you take a look at her videos. Amazing, amazing. As I say, my tree is only just started. I'm going to do pink on him and then some leaves on him. And I should do the red and the pink bits down on the bottom as those stuffs, you know, blossoms have fallen off of it. And I have, you can see it's rolled up, rather a long way to go. It's a slow work in progress. All of my stuff lately, these stitching bits, are about slowing me down, not producing so much. Okay, so I know I'm still producing, but while I'm doing it, it's sort of meditative state, Zen state, whatever. But it's slowing me down. It's not helping the thumb pain, unfortunately. We can't have everything, can we? I'll always have the pain. But as I say, you're doing it slowly. This one, she suggests that you don't use patterns and you don't go on Pinterest like I do and copy things. You do it intuitively so that no matter what comes out on there, you're making it up as you go along. Does that make sense? And she does mountains and things. So say if you've got a bit of brown, you can make a mountain shape. You could put a hare on the top of that, on the top of the mountain. Where'd he go? Yeah, no, you can see him on top of the mountain. It's imagination. Clearly, you have to have a lot of imagination. That's a bit of velvet. But I thought, look, at some stage that'll come along on my grassy bits. And then that one, as I say, I thought might make a bit of river and I could do some ducks on it. A pond, perhaps. Lots of ideas in me. But I've got to do it slowly, not rushed. So that I get a really nice, as she called hers, a botanical roll. Well, mine's going to be animals and flora and fauna, isn't it? Botanical, yeah. And she had a nice big dragonfly, and you must have a look at her videos. I will put her website, I'll spell it out for you down in the box below so that you can definitely go and find her. Amazing lady. Amazing. I'm seeing so much on YouTube. And every time I watch YouTube, it's like, oh, I could do that. And you think, no, not something else. Never mind. What else do we have on the go? Shall I keep going? I think you've seen that one that's been slow stitch and waiting. You've seen that one. It's been slow. Sometimes less is more, isn't it? That's a pretty fussy one on a piece of fleece. Slow stitched. I've got a lacy snippet on the go. Not on the go very far, as you can see. There's not much stitching on there. It's tacked on. Everything I do, I sort of tend to tack on. And these were the new ones I was playing at today. So they are only pinned. Yeah? So I've gone for the pattern background again and pinned bits on. They will be tacked on before we go much further. This was a longer piece I'd found. Just pinned. Just pinned. What's this one? I'd gone mad on this. It's my last piece I pinned up, and it was just about a bit of everything on there. What does I say? Pinned. Oh, what's this one? Not too much on this one. But again, because I've left it some blank bits, I can embroider. I can do whatever I want in the... See, it's pinned, it's fallen off. I can embroider whatever I want on there. Another one. Yep, last one. Always a bigger one. Darker background. There we go. Darker background, but it's got animal in there and it's got the bits for doing. As I say, they'll all be tacked first. Another bit. Didn't see this bit, did you? So this one, I thought, I saw somebody else making a, oh, it's falling apart, a really nice small snippet roll. And she called it, small snippet, slow stitch. So this one, you can see I've got to take my tacking stitches out yet. I have done some slow stitch. I want to go over that a different way with a different colour, so that it's got slow stitch on slow stitch. There's the back so far, as I say, pretty plain. But I'm enjoying that one. It's just, it's sitting there and just doing it slowly. In your own time. You're not restricted to anything. There you go. So on that note, I'm just about worn out, and I suspect you are as well. I hope you've enjoyed all this little see-through of the different projects I'm up to. Something completely different. I don't forget my crocheting. You see this? Done with three wools. And it was so cute. You see? Wool's still with me. May not be as big a part of me now, because the material, sorry, cracked my wrist. Ouch. The material is taking over. But all of it is good. All of it is good. And if it's going to slow me down, sort of, doesn't slow the ideas down of what I want to do, but the physical sewing slows me down. There you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video, which I've probably just repeated myself. I shall say, stay safe, you take care, do subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. And I shall say, more next time. Bye-bye for now.